First, there was the Minecraft One Life SMP. Then we got X Life, and now we have the Afterlife SMP. But what is the Afterlife SMP? The Afterlife SMP is a Minecraft SMP with several popular content creators like Fwip, LDShadowlady, Smager, and much more. Each member has 10 lives, and once they lose them all, they're out of the series, kinda like hardcore. But the thing that makes Afterlife different from One Life or X Life is that for each life, every member is gifted a unique origin from the Origins mod with extra origins. The Afterlife SMP also has modded terrain and many modded features. Right now, we're around halfway through the SMP, and it looks like some of the members are getting closer to reaching their demise. Who on the Afterlife SMP will die first, and who will die last? In this video, I'll be analyzing who I think these spots will be by determining the current life they're on, their situation patterns, and their skills. Spoilers ahead. Also, I will not be including members who joined a bit late or haven't been as active due to their advantages. If that was the case, the winner would most likely be either Orion Sound, who joined a little late, Strawberry, or Mika, who aren't very active. Also, I just want to say that as I'm writing and making this video, the status of the Afterlife SMP is still constantly changing, so some parts may become outdated. Anyways, let's start off with the candidates for who may be the first to die. First on this list, we have Solidarity Gaming, aka Jimmy. As of the current time I'm making this part of the video, Jimmy is on his 7th life. Jimmy has been through a bit of a roller coaster throughout his origins, and a lot of his deaths seem to relate to other members. I mean, he is basically a punching bag, so yeah. Earlier on the SMP, Jimmy seemed to be going at a decent rate for dying, but lately it seems like he's beginning to die much more often. I mean, take his burp death for example. He was killed by a creeper literally before he even finished reading the Origins abilities. Now, I was originally going to put Joel on this list instead of Jimmy, but I made a last minute decision to swap them because I think that as the series continues, Jimmy's death rate may still increase like it's already been doing. Next up, we have LDShadowlady, aka Lizzie. As of making this, Lizzie is currently on her 7th life and she seems to be taking many risks, or just being clumsy. Most of her deaths seem to be due to mobs because let's just say that Lizzie doesn't seem to be the best with combat. Her most powerful origin may have been the Enigma so far, but that origin has already met its demise. One thing that I noticed though is that Lizzie has not really died to her own accord without the forces of other mobs or players. So if it weren't for hostile mobs, maybe Lizzie could even have a bit of a winning chance. But if things continue the way they are, Lizzie's remaining lives may go by pretty quickly. Last up, for people who may die first, we have TheMythicalSausage. Okay, Sausage's amount of deaths are kinda crazy. As of currently making this part, he has the most deaths out of all the members so far, which means he's already on his 8th life. All of Sausage's deaths seem to be very miscellaneous, but there are a bunch of them that come from his own accord. 2 of them were related to dealing with the farm. Many of his deaths also seem to relate to members, so it looks like he just gets pretty unlucky with the situations he is in. If things continue to be this way for Sausage, he may most likely be the first to lose all of his lives. But compared to the rest of the members, who do I think may be the most likely out of all? Well, like I just said, Sausage is definitely in the lead of dying, but I have a lingering suspicion that Lizzie may eventually overtake Sausage in deaths towards the end, considering that the way she dies are mainly from random mobs that Lizzie deals with, rather than miscellaneous events. But I guess we will see. Okay, now that we have determined who may be the first to die in the server, who will be the last to die? Who will claim the role of winner of the Afterlife SMP? Now, like I said before, I am not going to include members with an advantage due to partial inactivity because it would make it much more obvious. So, goodbye Ollie, Strawberry, and Mika. First up on this list, we have Katherine Elizabeth. As of making this part, Katherine is only on to her 4th life, and I think that's mainly because she is taking things in a very cautious manner. Katherine doesn't seem to involve herself in as much server drama compared to others, which is keeping her out of danger. 2 out of 3 of her current deaths, though, were caused by other people, so I'm not so sure how good Katherine would survive if she were put between some big server chaos. If things continue the way they are, Katherine may be one of the last members, but if more and more people start targeting her, I think that her rate of deaths may change. Last up, we have Smager, aka Scott. Scott is currently on his 4th life, and honestly, he seems to be the most balanced person on the server, in my opinion, of course. He seems to be able to keep his lives safe while still intervening with Chaos and other members. I mean, during his vampire origins, Scott was one of the biggest causes of other people's deaths. He was basically unstoppable as a vampire until he was ganged up on by a few dragon origins. Apart from Afterlife, Scott is pretty good at PvP and combat in general, which definitely impacts the SMPs he takes place in this case, Afterlife. So, which active member do I think may win the Afterlife SMP? In all, I think that Scott may be the one to win, but the server is still going on and things may take a course of change, so I guess all we have to do now is wait and see who the real active winner is. Now, like I said before, these candidates for being first and last to die are my thoughts, but I'd love to see who you guys think would die first and last. If you were on the Afterlife SMP, which origin would you like to be the most, and how long do you think you would last? Let me know in the comments. Also, again, the status of the members during this video may definitely be outdated by the time this video gets uploaded, so don't be too alarmed if something is currently incorrect. By the way, I hate to say this, but after this video gets posted, I'm gonna be away for the next 3 to 4 weeks, so I won't really have time to work on another video. However, I do have something very big planned for the next video. Something that is a bit different than the current type of content I make, but also still similar, so stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care everyone!